Yeah, started the recording instantly. Instant recording on my break time, a little later than usual, but it's still on time. Why? Because the sun is out. It is beautiful. Look at it. I can't really show my whole surrounding. I'll be giving away too much. But it's beautiful outside. It is very, 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 very beautiful outside. I have to admit that. You hear the birds tripping, man. You think I was in nature somewhere. I am in nature, technically. Tripping. You don't hear too many birds tripping. You gotta go to the park to hear the birds tripping. Out here, simple walking on the sidewalk, you're gonna hear nature tripping. I think by now they know me already. They know, and I don't see too many niggas out here walking in this direction. So by now they can feel me. They see me coming, the bees and the bugs and everything else. Feel me? They're not stalking me like the regular narcissistical, but they out here. Feel me? I'm tired of talking about narcissistic, just to put that disclaimer out there. You feel me? I'm just tired of these motherfuckers. They just don't get it. They will never get it. It's like you talking to a wall and you expect the wall to understand what you're saying. There's two different nature going on over here. Feel me? My nature is pure. My nature is pure. Feel me? Their nature is contaminated and complex, diabolical. Feel me? So if they was to ever understand what I was, no, y'all gotta move. That's my spot. If they was to ever understand you, then you'll have a problem. Move it, you little birds. My partner, that nigga tripping. Get out your feelings, little niggas. Get your feelings, little bitch. Word. But I'm my favorite spot. I had to walk to the spot real quick. That's what I usually do. I gotta keep track of the time. I say 15 minutes just to be on the safe side. What's happening? On my break today is it's a reset. How you call that shit? Not research, no, recess, not recess. It's more like an intermission. Like a break, I'm trying to be fancy with my words and it was not working. Anyway, May 7, 2021, Friday, of course. It feels good. Thank God it's Friday. It feels good that it's Friday, Good Friday, all that good shit. It's only good when you know you off the next day. Feel me? If that's the last day of your week. But then again, your Friday can be a Monday. It's just your last day before you get your day off. Some of us, when I used to work a long time ago, long time ago, when I used to work another job, I didn't have back-to-back days off like that. Feel me? Sometimes you can have one day off, you have to go in and have the next day off. That kind, feel me? So, most people Friday could look different, but today's my Friday. I got back-to-back. You know what I mean? Back-to-back after that. Championships. Those are my days off, so Friday's Friday, man. Friday. I wanted to take a break from narcissistical behavior. We already know what narcissists do already, you feel me? I already gave you enough information about them. When you their prize, they try to isolate you from everybody else, you feel me? If I take interest in any form of female, or if me and the guy was kicking it and it's like, yo, we can start our own business, and we start talking money and we start talking big business, yeah, they'll take that very, very personal and try to separate and come around and be like, yo, hold on, the wind blowing, sometimes be fucking up the audio. They'll come around and say, what do you call it? yo, this person is no good, this, that, and the third. They start telling you, yo, I'm looking out for you, man. He's very trouble. You know what I mean? He's this and he's that. And they'll have a whole resume of who I am and why you should not fuck with me. And it's like, people never seem to ask the question, how do you know that? The person could probably say, well, I am his this, I am his that. Oh, I know his mother. Oh, I know his brother. Oh, we work together. Well, the person that knew it is my uncle. And they try to give you a reliable source of who they are so you can trust in them. And you fall into the trap. You feel me? Not never thinking. That's why I never blame the people. The reason why I have the camera holding like this because I want y'all to see the bees passing by, but I don't think you can see it on camera. It's a lot of bees just flying by. It seems like they all just going the same direction. Anyway, I don't give a fuck about them. They're skipping me. Just like nature happens to be in agreement with me. They just happen to just skip over me. That's like, Jeff, we're not gonna bother you. Like that coyote this morning who ran by me, and I seen another coyote which looked like a wolf just running. That nigga was fast as hell. I'm like, nah, that cannot be a human being. I'm seeing that shit from far, and I'm like, yo, that's not a human being. The way it was just too fast, and it was black as hell, and it was furry. And I'm like, that's either I woke up in the twilight, and we got humans out here who's running that fast, or some other shit. Well, as soon as I got on the bus, the lady was like, yo, that's crazy. You had a coyote. I'm like, damn, that's the second time I seen a coyote out here. I mean, when I came to California, I seen 3 coyotes already. 2 times coyotes have come that close to me. But they don't even bother me. They don't even come to me to even try to sniff me or lick me. It's as if they knew me and they just staying away from me. Or they just, to this morning, he just ran by me. I'm like, thank God. Because I don't need the headache. Feel me? Anyway, since I'm the prize of the narcissist and everything else like that, you know, they always work in groups. A narcissist never works alone. They always work in group. And they will always have people looking at, be like, yeah, that gossip, nosy ass motherfuckers. You feel me? But I don't want to talk about that. I already give y'all all the informations already, you know, gaslighting and everything else like that. All that kind of stuff, man. But I want to talk about the situation between I spoke for 7 minutes. Yeah, fuck it. I want to talk about the situation between Kevin Samuels and Dr. Umar Johnson. You feel me? Let's deviate from narcissistical behavior. So we could talk. Even that can play into narcissistical. You know, we all know about Kevin Samuels who has his own show and everything else. He's a consultant. Excuse me in my words. My lips get too excited. My mouth get too watery. And certain words I cannot pronounce due to the fact that I speak other languages too. So when I try to pronounce certain words, it interferes with other words that I speak in other languages too. So it just seems identical to each other. So it's like it gets stuck. The words get stuck when it's coming out. So if I do make a mistake, you have the right to freely laugh at me and call me whatever name you want to call me. But I know who I am, and I feel like I have to explain to those who seems to be baffled by the fact that I can't speak English that good. Anyway, back to the topic. So Kevin Samuels is a consultant for basically relationship and self-management and everything else. And he on his show he speaks to mostly African American women who sometimes seems like they need some kind of some African American women sometimes look like they would need a reality check, or sometimes he asks them simple questions like, how much do you grade yourself? And some of them be like, I'm Beyonce, I feel like I'm Rihanna. You know what I mean? They be thinking out the ballpark, and confidence is good, but delusional is not accepted. You feel me? So he tried to speak to them in that matter. And Umar Johnson have a problem with the way he speaks to these African American women, because in Umar Johnson's mind, he's more like pro-African and he's pro-black. So he's more like, you know, regardless of, he don't like the way he's speaking to the African American woman. He regards to the African American woman as a queen. Queen and Nubian and that kind of person that speaks like that to the African American woman. So he feels like Kevin Samuels is trying to make a dollar out of the desperation of these women feeling like they need validation from somebody like him. So they even call, even though it doesn't benefit them to even call, because he feel like they're gonna get slaughtered anyway by calling them. But he said the fact that these women need some form of validation, they always call in, da da da. So those two going back and forth. And Kevin Summers is saying, look, man, this is the same person who stole a lot of money from the African American community. He was supposed to build a school, and not a brick of a wall has been built. So they're going back and forth. My situation is I don't care about what they both say about the situation. What I'm trying to say, my situation, my stand is not to pick Kevin Samuel or Umar Johnson. I'm saying that basically they both can be right respectfully. You feel me? They both can be right. What I have a problem with is the people who view these things and take it. There's a lot of noise. The people the people who view both of them, like a man will view Kevin Samuels and validate what Kevin Samuels is saying, but yet don't have his shit in order, and yet telling these women that she's not a 10 or she's not a 9, this, that, and the third, and they take that position like a Kevin Samuel. You can't take a position like Kevin Samuel and you making the same amount of money. You probably making what, $40,000 a year, and you think that you are in a position for Kevin. Like, no, you can't take those positions. You feel me? You just can't. I'm sorry, you can't take that position. You feel me? Or somebody can watch Umar Johnson and take his position too. I feel like you gotta know your place. Like, you cannot take same position. Yeah, he can probably talk like that. Kevin Samuel can probably talk like that because he regard himself as a high value man. And by the way, I don't think high value men should be cheating. It's plain and simple. I think if you were a woman, we gonna talk relationship now. We gonna deviate from narcissistical topic. I think if I'm with a girl, right, I feel like I should have enough respect for that woman not to be sleeping with too many other women. I think I don't care, even if I make $1 million a year and she's submissive to me and everything else like that. I don't think I have the right to still degrade her by sleeping with a lot of other women. Just because I feel like the options to be available, yeah, I think I should use that as a threat. Like, bitch, if you don't act right, I can step out on you, or I have options of women because I am a high value man. Understandable. But to actually follow through and do it and you still consider her your wife is ridiculous. It's like, I watch these shows on YouTube and I'm like, are these niggas serious? Like, how do you respect that woman? And how do you expect those girls that you're sleeping with to respect your woman? They see her as, she's not doing her job, she can't keep her man. You feel me? Some of these girls just want to sleep with a high value man just to validate within themselves, because a lot of these bitches is insecure. So they're going to sleep with a high value man just to be like, I have this nigga on my hate list. Yeah, I had a high value man. Yeah, he used to make 1 million. They don't care the fact that they can keep him or not. They just wanted that nigga on their hate list. So you as a high value man, quote unquote, it's not just about your money that make you valuable. It's about the decisions and the things that you accept in your life that make you valuable. So you making that amount of money and you ain't getting some form of common sense is baffling to me. Like, how can you make that amount of money and you just sticking your dick in any and everything, and you claim to be a high value man, but yeah, you fucking a fucking low trash woman. You know what I mean? Let's just call it for what it is. A girl that sleeps with multiple men willingly, and it's not being forced to do it or not being persuaded in any form. It's something that she do willingly. There's a difference between knowingly doing it and unknowingly. You feel me? We're not going to go into that. Hold on, let me check the time before I even dive deep into this topic. I still got 15 minutes, so 15 minutes is good. But there's a lot of women out there who have a lot of bodies under their belt. Some of them I grew up with, call them sisters and all. Like, you feel me? That was the sis from high school, this, that. But she got a lot of bodies. And that's the kind of way she moves. She knows her faith already. And she accepted because she loved dick. And there's nothing wrong with that because she accepted. She knows what it is. She tricked men into thinking she's a good girl. The reason why a girl has to even maneuver like that because she don't even agree with the lifestyle that she's doing. She just can't stop herself from being that hoish. You feel me? So you as a high value man, why would you place yourself in a position like that? like you putting yourself in danger. You can catch a lot of things. Like, you feel me? She could be pregnant. Why would you? Like, you a high value man. Why would you fall into some trap like that? Like saying things as a person when you earn that kind of, when you regard yourself as a high value person and you actually manifesting this idea by making a lot of money, you have a submissive woman, you have a house, and the list goes on. You don't put yourself in the same position just to do it. You fucking Instagram models, so-called models, they're not really models. I can be an Instagram model today, like literally I could. So it's not really something in there. And you put yourself out there as a high value man, but yet your decision is not high value in the making because you're choosing these kind of women. It's like they see it as an alpha. Like an alpha can fuck whatever they want. So they're using this excuse, and they happen to be making a lot of money. So congratulations on that part. But even the kind of money that you make, all money ain't good money, because some of these niggas degrade themselves to make a lot of money just to put themselves in a position just to say that, yo, I'm a high value man, just to fuck the next woman. It's like, I can't fuck if I'm a high value individual and I make a good amount of money and I'm satisfied with how much money I'm making. I got cars in my driveway. I got my kids going to private schools. My responsibilities are taken care of. My wife is happy. Why will I fuck a bitch below my wife? You feel me? Why will I, like, if I fuck a bitch, she gonna have to be a high value woman. She gonna have to be something that's worth me even paying attention to. You know, I'm just saying, like, I'm not being obnoxious. I feel like if you're gonna consider yourself a high value man, then your decision has to be high value too. Your tastes have to be high value. When you're at a high value standard, sometimes the food that you eat is high value. Niggas be eating, if you eat meat, you probably eat steaks and everything else. You go to the highest restaurants, you paying for the highest buck. So why you fucking a low budget woman then consider yourself a high value man? I don't think that's high value at all. You feel me? I just had to put that out there. But it's like, when it comes to some of these men, they act just like women. Cause just like that girl who's fucking a high value man, and she just want that on his list, some of these niggas are just braggadocious. They just want to fuck a bitch just to fuck a bitch. And they do it to the point so much that it's like they fucking a girl just to get with their boys just so they can talk about the situation. Or it becomes a habit that they can't stop them. It's like a narcissistical habit. It's like something that they're doing. They don't have to do it, but they just doing it because it's like last week they fucked a bitch on a Wednesday. Then the next week after that they fucking a bitch on a Wednesday. Then like it becomes something like a repetitive behavior where they can't even stop. Like I used to be in that realm of thinking where I used to fuck a lot of bitches. Like I was fucking a bitch every day for like 2 years straight. A hoe. No, I mean I was a hoe. Like I was literally having sex I had a girlfriend at that time, yes I did. But I was fucking a girl almost every day. Like it was like just I had to. Some of them I had to recycle for other weeks. That kind of mentality. Like that's like like where you like it's like you had so many options. You can call one when the other one is not. That's a high value choice, but I don't think men should. I think if you reach the same point in your life, pass by. When you reach the same point in your life, right? It's like you have to let go of certain decisions. Like you have to like the ego. Like sometimes you can't feed your ego these kind of things. Like it's crazy to me. I see these men on TV and it's like they're doing everything just to garner this persona so they can have more girls. The more girls you have, the more options you have, the more days you can fuck these girls in between. Some of these niggas got the stamina to fuck 2 bitches a day. You feel me? Like, and some of it just lasts like, well, it don't last that long. Some of these niggas just get head just for the day. Like, I need it. They're looking at their phone. They probably bored. They like, I need some hair right now. But they using the so-called high value thing to escape their reality, because they could be so high value if they want, and they can be making money however they choose to make the money. They're grateful, whatever it is, but they still high value are cut into the income that they have sustained over a certain period of time. They forget about that. In order to be a high value person, you need to make a certain amount of money let's just say you're making $500,000 a year. You will be considered a high value person if you make that 500,000 a year over a 5-year period. So it's consistently being done over a certain period of time. Now some of these niggas can make a good million and they don't make that million again, but they've sustained themselves by multiplying, capitalizing through stocks and real estate and everything else like that. So it's like the money is there, but it's quite shaky kind of shit like that, you feel me? But I believe if you take that kind of money away from these individuals, who are you then? You feel me? So if these women are fucking you because of that money that you have and the high value things that you have surrounding yourself with, and you surrounding yourself with these things to show to these girls that you high value, it's like a make call. You feel me? It's like a cheese trapping a mouse. The mouse will not come if there's no cheese. So if you take this high value options away from these men, who are you then? You feel me? Will you attract the same kind of women? You feel me? If my clothes and my cars and the look of what I have on the Gucci and everything else in the car and the helicopter and my car attract these kind of women, then I don't want you, because you're not attracted by me. I'm not the one who's attracting you. You feel me? I'm selfish in that way, yeah. Fuck that. If my car is what is attracting you, then it means if I lose my car, you gonna leave. That's not sustainable. I'm sorry to say, you feel me? It means that you gotta consistently make that kind of money. I gotta go. It means you gotta consistently make that kind of money to have that woman that you're attracting, your wife, to stay. The reason why she even submit to you because of the money that you have. I think that's embarrassing. You have people that come from other country who go work a construction job. They don't have the paperwork and everything else like that, and their wife still submit to them. You feel me? That's one thing Kevin Samuel pointed out, and I thought that was a great, because their wife submit to them, and they don't have those high value things. They can barely keep a job. They're begging for a job, but their wife is still home submitting to them. He come home and bring a little bit of bread, and they submit to him. So it's like if you take the money away from these individuals, they come down to nothing. No, they wouldn't even know how to speak to a girl, because they've been in the habit of attracting women with the shit. A bee almost came at me. They've been in a position of attracting these women with the money and the cars and everything else, that they don't even know how to speak to a girl, because everything came to them easily. A bitch get in your car and she look up to the roof and she see nothing but stars, so there's no roof at it. Like, it's like everything is so easy. You don't even have to say much. Some of these girls, they just thirsty just to be next to something that looks good. They want to feel valued. You feel me? So if they're in the presence of a man that they deem is valued, that looks good, smells good, and everything else like that, and he has everything going for them, and other women desire him, guess what? She feels like she's worth something now. So she's in the presence of greatness in her mind. You feel me? That's some narcissistical thing too. You feel me? Just don't even look through too much into that. So this is what is actually going on. You feel me? So it's like, yo, I'm just like, I don't want those kind of girls. If that's why sometimes you gotta act broke, bro. Like, just act broke and see how you get treated. Just like if the owner of the company that I work for was to come in here fake and did his whole fake shit, and put a beard on and disguise his look, I bet you people will mistreat him. They'd be like, go here, go there, go there. But if he comes as himself, as the owner of the company, everybody's gonna be on their best behavior. We live in a hoish culture. Our whole demeanor is hoish. We treat people because we see the title and the title that they wear, and we act like hoes and start bowing to these people. But when a person disguises themselves and act like they don't have it, then we treat them like shit. You feel me? You don't want people like that, because they only want you for what you got. You feel me? They only want you for what they can use you for. This is why I said we live in a narcissistical system. I brought it right back to the narcissist. You see how I tricked you? You feel me? It's a narcissistical system. Our women do it, the men do it. Everybody is guilty of this act itself. It's disgusting. You feel me? But anyway, I'm going, man. I'm tired of you. I'm going in. You know what I mean? When you talk like me, they hate you. Feel me? It is what it is. Exit? Nah. You feel me?